Well, heidi ho, friends. This is your old pal Jack Norton, host of Jack Norton's Old Time Radio Show. For the next few minutes, I'm going to be sharing some great vintage music from the 1920s and 1930s, spinning old shellac 78 RPM records from my collection to your eardrums. I hope we have a good time today. I know we're going to have a good time today. Sit back, relax, let the world drift by as we travel back in time together here at Jack Norton's Old Time Radio Show.
Where the Cot-Cot-Cotton grows. When I start to follow the trail of the swallow back home where the Tennessee flows, just make my cot where the Cot-Cot-Cotton grows. Oh, Sandman, when I land, shake your sands right over my shack. In my sleep that I'll weep, so glad to get back. When I lay my head in that old feather bed, I know I'll be shedding my woes. Just make my cot where the Cot-Cot-Cotton grows.
Well, there we go. Make my cot where the Cot-Cot-Cotton grows. Well, this is episode 1 of Jack Norton's Old Time Radio Show. And like I said, we're going to be spinning the best 1920s, 1930s, maybe some 1940s music from my collection. Our theme song today was Make My Cot Where the Cot-Cot-Cotton Grows. That was by the California Ramblers, and good old Arthur Fields was the vocalist on that record. What a great record. I think R. Crumb did that one with the Cheap Suit Serenaders. I've got a old CD of that somewhere around here, but we're not spinning CDs today. We're spinning good old shellac records. This next one is a Bel-Tone record. It's a country vocal with instrumental. It's by Monte, Hale, and the Saddle Lads. This is a great record. It's a record called I'm A-Ridin the Rails, and it's Bel-Tone BT 10.5, I think it says. And this is a record I found down in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The thing I love about this is it's a cowboy hobo mashup. So if you love cowboy music or hobo songs, this one's for you.
Home to you, and here's my promise that I'll be true. I'm a-riding the rail, I'm black and blue, I I miss you, darling, and I love you too. I've been a roaming cowboy and my luck sure has been tough. But when it comes to traveling, darling, I've done had enough. You'll never know what I've been through. I'm riding the rails back home to you. Riding the rails back home to you. And here's my promise that I'll be true. I'm riding the rails, I'm black and blue. I miss you, darling, and I love you too. I've been a roving cowboy and my luck sure has been tough. But when it comes to traveling, darling, I've done had enough. You'll never know what I've been through. I'm riding the rails back home to you.
Isn't that a great record? I love that so much. You know, I'm a musician. My wife and I play a lot of different styles of music. She's a composer and does a lot of music for films and television, and I do a lot of old-time music, 1920s, 1930s, hokum, jug band, old ragtime vaudeville blues music. And wherever I go to play, I play a lot of brew pubs and wineries and bars and clubs and things, and a lot of times people will come up and give me their grandpa or great-grandpa's couple old 78s. It's a really neat thing. So if you ever see me and you want to dump some old records on me, I'll take them. This was given to me by a fella in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He came up with a bunch of old country records and a lot of artists I had never heard, including this next artist. It's on the Bluebird label. It is Jesse Rodgers, Trouble in Mind and Blue, which, you know, is a perennial classic. Everybody knows that great tune, blues, jazz song. I first heard this song. I grew up here in Minnesota. I'm recording this in Mullet River, Minnesota, which is a little town located in Hokum County, which is southern Minnesota. And Mullet River, there's not much here, but I remember one of the first times I started playing out, I was playing with my friend Ben, and we were going to check out Pat Donahue, the great blues guitar player. He was doing a house concert up in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I was so excited to hear Pat Donahue. I first heard Trouble in Mind and Blue from Pat's record, and I figured out how to pick it on the guitar, and I was so nervous to meet him. And then he was playing a house concert, and the first set was great. And the second set I went up, and he was selling CDs, and I went to sign his mailing list, and I leaned down, and I was talking to him and telling him how great he was. And he was like, "Hey, Jack, you might want to do something, buddy." And I leaned up, and as I was signing his mailing list, I didn't notice that there was a candle on the table, and I had lit my head on fire. And my entire head was burning on fire, and I had to run out. This was in January in Minnesota, and Pat yelled, "Hey, go stick your head in a snowbank." So I went and stuck my head in a snowbank, and the rest of the night smelled like burning human flesh, and I had no hair.
Oh, that old trouble done got me. Trouble in mind, I'm blue, but I want
my back goes someday. Oh, Lord. I'm gonna lay my head on some lonesome railroad line. Let the 219 train pacify my mind. Yeah. Trouble in mind, I'm blue. I've almost lost my mind. Sometimes I feel like living, sometimes I feel like dying. Worry, 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 worry. Oh, that old trouble done got me, honey. I'm going down to the river. I'm gonna take me rocking chair. And if the blues don't leave me, I'll rock on away from here. Rocking chair, got here. Trouble in mind, I'm blue. My old heart is beating slow. I never had so much trouble in my life before. Worry, worry, worry. Oh, Lord, I tell you, no trouble can sure get you down, boy. My good gal, she done quit me. And it sure does grieve my mind. When you see me laughing, it's laughing to keep from crying.
Trouble in Mind and Blue, Jesse Rodgers. Want to say Jesse was cousin to Jimmy Rodgers. I'm doing that by memory, but let me know if I'm wrong. Jack Norton music.com is my website. My email address is jackandkittyxo@gmail.com. And somebody come and yell at me. Tell me if I'm wrong about that one. But I want to say Jesse Rodgers with Jimmy Rodgers' cousin. We're going to switch things over to good old Lonnie Johnson. This is King Records 4572. You Can't Buy Love. I found this record for $2 at Toad Hall. Great record store in Rockford, Illinois. If you're ever out that way, check them out.
Woman's mind. Man, there's one thing for sure. You can never tell what's on your woman's mind. She will make you believe that she loves you, and she playing you for deaf, dumb, and blind. Never buy. Love is something money can never buy. So please take my advice and don't you ever try.
record. Good old Lonnie Johnson. Blues great. Started in the 1920s. One of the greatest guitar players of all time. If you ever listen to him, pick ones with Eddie Lang, great jazz guitar player. Whew, so good. We're going to go to OK Records 03402. This is the Sweet Violet Boys. Kitty and I were out in Vermont at the start of the pandemic, and we had traveled through a little town called Poultney, Vermont. There was an antique store on Main Street there, downtown Poultney, and I found a huge box of records. They were all Sweet Violet Boy records. It's one of the greatest country groups of all time. Novelty country music. I shouldn't be talking over that intro. Listen to how good that is. Oh, what am I doing? Friends, this is the first, I should mention, this is the first, I've already mentioned it's the first episode. So things are going to be a little rocky. I'm learning my way. This is just me sitting in my parlor here in my lair. All my records and books and films, just sitting around playing old records. Some of these I haven't even listened to before. I got so many records sitting around. I thought I'd start this show to hang out with you and to listen to some of my records. Give me an excuse to come up here and play some music. Anyhow, I'll try not to talk over the records. I remember when I was growing up and I would try to find 78s any way I could, and I would call. There was a record show in Minneapolis, and I would call, and I hated when they would talk over the records because I couldn't dub them off the air. So I don't think it applies now, but it drives me nuts. I'll try not to talk over them. Point is, this is the worst the show is ever going to be right now. There's only one way to go, and that's up. So bear with the technical glitches. Bear with me not knowing what the heck I'm doing. It's good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise. This will be a weekly show, and come a couple weeks, I'll be a pro.
I haven't got a pot to cook in, haven't got a bed of silk, but I got a milkmaid living back of the jail. She's making lots of money peddling her pail of milk, ho-dee, 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 ho-ho. I haven't got a pot to cook in, haven't got a Stetson hat, but I got a sweetie dressed in indigo black for the guy who tried to enter her little flat, ho-dee, 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 ho-ho. I haven't got a pot to cook in, haven't got no jingling chain, but I've got a sweetie cooking for Mr. Young. He's been teaching sweetie how to use her kitchen range, ho-dee, 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 ho-ho. Got a pot to cook in, won't leave nothing when I die, but I know a mama up in Kalamazoo who's a marvel when it comes to a apple pie, ho-dee, 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 ho-ho. I haven't got a pot to cook in, fame and fortune I don't seek. When it comes to plumbing or to fixing a lock, I can stop most any hole in a pipe that leaks, ho-dee, 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 ho-ho. I haven't got a pot to cook in, just don't know how money feels, but I've got a mama at Niagara Falls who's a wizard when it comes to handling business deals, ho-dee, 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 ho-ho.
So my neighbor, Lulu Bell, was granted a divorce after she told the judge her husband had spoken to her only 3 times since they were married. Lulu was awarded custody of their 3 children. What a horrible joke. This is from the Hillbilly Laugh Book. Put a picture up on our Instagram. By the way, if you're into that kind of thing, I'm going to put up pictures of all the labels from the show. So check it out. My Instagram is Jack Norton Music. You can find me there. You can find me on all the socials, Jack Norton Music. My website's jacknortonmusic.com. And I would love to connect with you. We'll put up pictures of everything. This is a video podcast and an audio podcast. And well, let me know what you like better. I'd love to know. We're going to switch things up here. Listen to Columbia Records 2257D. How Long Is That Train Been Gone by the great Roy Evans. Pay attention to the piano. James P. Johnson, great blues, stride, jazz, ragtime pioneer. Not necessarily ragtime, jazz, but either way, he's playing the piano, and Roy Evans is an incredible, incredible singer. Years and years ago, 20 years ago now, I wrote a book about Emmett Miller, and I have been expanding it out ever since. The second edition should come out later this year, hopefully in time for Christmas, so the 3 people that are going to read it get a nice Christmas gift. But, you know, writing books about Emmett Miller, the great minstrel jazz yodeler, well, you're not going to make a ton of money, but you're going to have a lot of fun. Anyhow, Roy Evans was a huge influence on Emmett, and Emmett was a huge influence on Roy. They kind of traded songs back and forth. And if you know anything about Emmett Miller, he's the fella that Hank Williams stole Lovesick Blues from. Great, great jazz singer. Take a listen to his contemporary, Roy Evans.
Ever since the black cat broke
I think something's been going on wrong. Oh, how long? Tell me, conductor, has the doggone train been gone?
Well, I told you things would get messed up this first show, and they did. My battery ran out on one of our two cameras. Hopefully you're not watching this show. Hopefully you're listening. I think it's going to be a better show listening. But what do I know? People seem to like watching things. Anyhow. Okay, we're going to head down to the Caribbean now. We're going to play Art Records, album number 3, 4A, sorry, not A4, 4A, Art Records. This is by Blind Blake and his Royal Victoria Calypso Band, Jones O. Jones. And this is not the Blind Blake from Blues Lore, the ragtime blues guitar player. I love me some Blind Blake. In fact, Kitty and I, we were just in Milwaukee recently, and Blind Blake's grave is there. And Blind Blake is the ragtime blues guy who did That'll Never Happen No More, Diddy Wat Diddy, so many great tunes. And his grave is incredible. There's an old kind of parlor guitar that's sitting there, and there's a hat you can throw a tip in right at his grave, his headstone. And we put a few bucks in, and we sang him a song. So if you want to check that out, it's on the YouTube channel. It's also on my website. I've got a blog all about it. And what a great guitar player. One of my favorite. I think he's my favorite guitar players. I always got confused when I was a little kid searching for Blind Blake, because every so often I'd find records like this, and it didn't sound anything like the Blind Blake I was looking for. It wasn't until years later when I realized, hey, this Blind Blake is pretty dang good too. This is an early Mento style record by the other Blind Blake.
Boys, I had a friend by the name of Jones, and his idea sure was wrong. I took old Jones for my personal friend. Don't you see what Jones had done? Now Jones, he hang around me like a hungry hound. Took my woman and he left this town. Now I wonder if anybody in here can tell me if they've seen old Jones. Jones, oh Jones, boy, you know you can't last long. Jones, oh Jones, you better bring my woman back home. Got a 4-foot Daniel with me, go buy me a gallon gun. And when I meet you, Jones, you know Vitino used to run. I got the ambulance down, you with me. Undertaker too, and here's the studio doctors offering me money for you. I'm going to keep you for myself. I'm going to kill you dead and bury you. But dig you up for fun. I'm going to stand and watch the buzzard pick the meat off your bones. I'm going to take my wet and butcher and chop you through and through. I'm going to chop you into pieces just big enough for stew on. When I get through, everybody gonna moan. Jones, oh Jones, Jones, oh Jones, boy, you know you can't last long. Jones, oh Jones, you better bring my woman back home. Yes, I had a little gal by the name of Sue. I took her home with me, but the Sue, she wouldn't do. Yes, I had another gal by the name of Minnie. She didn't want one man because she loves a plenty. Yes, I had another gal by the name of May. I took her home with me, but that gal, she wouldn't stay. I got a 4-foot Daniel with me for buy me a gallon gun. And when I meet you, Jones, you know Vitino used to run. But Jones, he told me that he was my personal pal until that son of bum come and stole away my gal. Yes, I'm up and down the town just looking for that bum. And when I meet you, Jones, I'm going to give the buzzard fun. I even take you to my place and give you room to stay. But you son of bum, you took my gal and gone away. I got the ambulance down, you with me, the undertaker too, and here's the studio doctors offering me money for you. I'm going to keep you for myself. I'm going to kill you dead and bury you. Gonna dig you up for fun. I'm going to stand and watch the buzzard pick the meat off your bones. I'm going to take my wet and butcher, but chop you through and through. I'm going to chop you into pieces just big enough for stew on. When I get through, everybody gonna moan. Jones, oh Jones.
Isn't that an incredible record? Blind Blake. Great Calypso mento singer. I love him. Love him. The thing I like about that is that you can really see or hear the influence of American blues and jug band music on the Calypso guys, the early mento music. So good. Something we're going to explore more of in future episodes of the show. Anyhow, I think we're going to close out. I'm having so many problems tonight, y'all. Promise next week will be a heck of a lot better. Which reminds me, we're going to try to do this every single week. The plan right now is every Tuesday. Kitty and I are planning on hopefully releasing this every Tuesday. And I see the other camera just died. So, boy, oh boy. Let me flip this one around. Oh, man. Well, hey. Just goes to show. I don't know what it goes to show. It goes to show you just got to roll with the punches sometimes. Anyhow, that's why we have two cameras. What a hot mess this show is. Maybe this is a better camera angle. I don't know. Probably not. It's my face. I'd rather look at a record than my old mug. Anyhow, thanks so much for watching this, listening to this. Again, my name is Jack Norton. This is Jack Norton's old-time radio show. In bad need of a producer, an editor, a writer, and some money. So if you know any of those folks, send them my way. Seriously, though, visit me, jacknortonmusic.com. I play a ton of shows all around the country, all around the world. I'll be in Europe and the UK next spring, but in the meantime, I'm going to be playing around a lot here in the Midwest and down south and out west. So come and see me sometime. I'd love to see you. If the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, I'll see you again here next Tuesday. This is the ukulele ace, Johnny Marvin, doing 12th Street Rag. Thanks so much for putting up with me today. God bless. we go.